Hi, hello, howdy, it's me, it's Claire. How are you? Come and have a natter. Come and have a listen while I natter. That's the real truth, isn't it? How are you? Friday. What's happening? Come and have a chat. Oh, we got one. I want to talk to you about the membership because I've got people signing up and I don't want anyone to miss out. Now we know what this is going to look like. It's taken me a while for it to land and for it to really feel aligned with how I want to deliver this. Because I was adamant about a few things, right? I was adamant that I wanted people to be able to come and go as they please. You know, we're all grown women. You might be going on holiday for 6 weeks. You might be, I don't know, you might want to come and go. Similar to Slimming World. So you would turn up at Slimming World and you might get to your goal. You might go away and then you might come back again. That's allowed, right? I want to tell you from the get-go that that is allowed. What I don't want you to do is to join, then leave, and then think you can't come back, right? So before you even think about joining, I need you to know that. Because that would be important to me. I would want to join, but I'd be worried in case I wanted to leave, in case I changed my mind. So I'm thinking of you all the time, right? So I want you to know that you can join and leave as and when you see fit. Say things might happen in your life where you think this is a priority and then you might find things are fine. And I need you to know that it's about more than what's in your glass. So imagine you are interested and you want to find out more. I'm going to put my makeup on in case you're thinking, what the hell's the matter with her? She looks awful. Oh, you're not thinking that, are you? You knew I was putting my makeup on, didn't you? I'm not going anywhere. But I've just kind of won something. It's the takeover of a membership. You might have seen. Oh, hello, Paddy. You might have seen. I've got a Canadian link for you. You've reminded us now. I've seen your little face. I've got it all set up for you. I think it works out about 50 Canadian dollars. So I'm going to hook you up, Paddy. I'll send you the link. Don't worry. Yes, where was I? Oh yes, so you might have seen us in the swimming pool in a jacuzzi with all the other business women a couple of months ago. In March, I think it was. I went to Champney Spa. It was lovely to mix with other women who are growing their businesses online. And there were so many different types of businesses, right? People from all over the country. And we all got together and I'm in the membership with them. And having getting myself the job of taking over that group this weekend. So obviously, some of them know who I am. Some of them have no idea who I am. And it's always worrying when I turn up with this topic, especially for people who aren't sober curious. You know, you're all here, you've all pressed the button, right? So I don't feel worried about talking about this topic to you. But obviously when I'm in the big bad world, not everybody's open to this. Some people are not open to this. And some people could take me the wrong way. So it's really important that I get across to them straight away. Like, I want people to know who I am. I don't want to, I'm terrified that they think that I'm judging them. That's my biggest fear, right? And you might find this as you get more into your journey. Once you decide that this is the right move for you, it's really hard for you to turn that off. You know, you're not on the fence. You don't just want one. You don't want to spend your money on this anymore. You get to that point. That's my aim. That you would maybe start off this process thinking, well, I'd like to just cut down. I'd like to, you know, be able to moderate. I think that's what we all want at the beginning. I wanted that too. And then the further you get into it, it might be if you're doing it on your own and you're the only person who is like questioning alcohol. You're the only person, so it's really, really hard. It's really hard to keep, even if you want it, even if it's what you really, really want, it's hard because everybody else around you isn't on the same page. So the membership is my solution to that situation. So it's not really for you if you're still on the fence. It's once you've committed that this is what you want those changes in your life. And you might not be sure if it's possible for you. That's normal. And you definitely probably don't want to say forever. That's normal. And you might be thinking, well, I'll give it my best shot. That's normal. Because really what this is, once you get in the membership, we're looking at how it's going to benefit your life. So I'm going to turn up 3 times a week, but it's going to be different to this. Like you might think, well, you turn up all the time in here. Yes, you're right, I do. And I think people have had wins from that. People have had wins from me keeping it top of mind that this is a good idea, right? It's a different way of looking at an old problem. And so maybe you're thinking, well, I don't know if I really need that much support. What else can she say? But what I'm really going to do, it's going to be more like, well, I want to say life coaching, but I also want to say personal development. And I also want to say it's going to be individual to you, even though we're working together in a group or on a group, if you're open, sharing where you're at. And it doesn't have to be about like, oh, I had 3 glasses of wine and I wished I hadn't. It's not that. Forget about that. It's about, we're focusing on your health on a Monday. So on a Monday, the question is going to be, what is it that you want your health to look like? How are you hoping that this is going to turn out health-wise for you? And that could be anything. It could be just you taking control of that aspect of your life for the first time ever. Like prevention, rather than solving something that's already a problem, you're preventing the problem coming in the first place. And that in itself feels good. What better self-care can you give yourself than that? And once you're committing to that, every single Monday, I'm asking you that question, and you're going to see other people, even if you're not on the page, as in you're not, your mind might not be there. Maybe you've even had a drink at the weekend. But there in that group is going to be people giving you those breadcrumbs, right, of what it is that you want. And I'll know what you wanted because you'll have told me the week before. And it might change, and then on a Wednesday, we'll look at your wealth. How will this decision impact and improve your wealth? So for me, it was all about how I created my income. What I was doing before it wasn't lighting me up. I wasn't as ambitious and motivated and driven as I am to do this. It wasn't really a purpose. It was just, it solved the situation at the time, but it was like a 10-year window. And then I was ready for something else. I was ready for a new chapter in my wealth area. Now, it might be for you that you're coming up to retirement, or it might even be that you're looking at bringing in another income. You see, so it could be that we'll look together at streams of income. I've got loads to say about that. I think Wednesday is going to be my favourite day because, well, for some reason, that seems to be my biggest area. And then on a Friday, we're going to look at relationships. But it's really going to start with your relationship with yourself. Now, obviously, if on Monday you've talked and you've considered and you've looked at how this is going to impact, your health, you've also looked at your wealth. By Friday, we're talking about your relationships. Can you see by keeping those things, those benefits at the top of your mind and keeping you focused on visualizing that new you, it's going to motivate you. It's going to keep you going. And as well as that, obviously, I'll be turning up with other motivational tips and just to make this feel more of a sense of we're linking arms and we're doing this together. And my goal is to have events throughout the year here in Cricket and come out. You've seen us coming out of, visit with Louise. And I'm not talking about doing anything other than just going for a walk and having a cup of coffee together. That's as far as I'm thinking. I just think the connection and making that commitment to yourself, and for me to make that commitment to you that I'm here with you on this journey. And it's not really about what's in your glass anymore. It's about so much more than that. The membership is called So Much More Than Sober. So the clue's in the title, right? The aim isn't just to stop drinking. The aim is to look at what it is in our lives that's making us feel that disconnect, that discontent. And instead of drowning it and thinking, oh, well, this is my life, this is how things are, this is how it's got to be, all I can do is look forward to a little glass of fizz and accept my life. We're not doing that. We're saying, right, what is it that you want to change? What is it that you want instead? And really trying to dig deep in to find out what it is that you desire, because that's the question. But this is breaking it down. It's a way to break it down so you can really identify, and it can change. On a Monday, you want something different and it's your focus, and something's different on a Tuesday. It changes all the time. Us women are a cocktail of 7 different hormones every day, right? So that's allowed as well. That is allowed. You can change your why. One time it might really be important that you're doing this for yourself with regards to your health, but the impact from that might rub off on somebody who you've got a close relationship with. And then suddenly you're now inspiring them, and that's just going to move you forward. And if you have the opportunity to share that and celebrate that success, it's really going to keep you motivated and keep you moving forward. So that's my goal with the membership. That's what I'm aiming for. I have people who've signed up already to that concept. And then I've also got people who have signed up to like a VIP membership, which is the next level really. And it's just a way to have access to me. So you have a one-on-one call with me once a month, as well as having access to me via email. So I can really tailor my support to you and your circumstances and what's happening for you right now, rather than you feeling, oh, I want to speak to Claire, but I have to find the confidence to post in the group. I don't really want to tell everyone else. I just want to be able to share my situation and get, Claire's spin on that. And that's what I'm really hoping. I'm hoping that you can see the true value in having my eyes on your situation and help you look for maybe reframing it, maybe looking at it again and thinking, well, have you thought about it from a different angle? Because often my clients, my ideal clients, they're not feeling heard. They're not even asking for the help or the support. They're just sinking and feeling like, well, no one cares. And you know what the answer is. Often we know what that is. It's just about uncovering it and having the space and the time and the energy and someone to share it with. Like, even the value in that is big enough. So it's not about me fixing you. It's about me facilitating you to fix yourself, to think, what is it that is getting in my way? What is it that's dragging me down? And what can I do about it? What are the steps that I can take? It's about really looking at that and drilling into that together and really taking the pressure off thinking that you have no hope and you've tried 100 times and it doesn't work, and you're nowhere near thinking that you want to go to AA or even the doctors. I mean, it is important that we have to mention the disclaimer that's all over my website as well, that if anybody does feel they could be physically addicted, it's important to go to the doctors. I've said that, but here I am sharing my experience. I went to the doctors. I took my husband. We both went to the doctors. I remember I marched him into the doctors once. And the doctor kindly tested his liver and told us everything was fine. But it wasn't his liver I was worried about. It was my mental health, because I couldn't cope with the chaotic lifestyle that I was creating. That's the truth. I was creating it. And then I was wondering why he couldn't hold back. It was as if like the damage or the chaos from him having too much seemed as if it was worse than the chaos and the damage from me having too much. So it's so easy to point the finger at him and think, well, if only he would just behave himself, if only this. But then I can remember seeing my little boy's eyes and just thinking, like, how do I explain this? How do I explain that I don't like the idea of Dad drinking it when I'm drinking it? Like, the hypocrisy was real. And just thinking, like, instead of having him as the enemy, I changed that, and I changed that to thinking that alcohol was the enemy. And once I put that in that place, I didn't want to spend my money on it. I didn't want to do that. I had my friend there whose health was declining and things were falling apart for her, and I was drinking the same stuff and expecting a different outcome. and blaming everything but that. And I couldn't ignore it anymore. And I think it's a case of thinking, right, I got to that point, but then it was thinking, well, all right, I don't really want to deny myself something that I really desire. I love to drink. I loved it. I loved feeling giddy and excited and loud, and it gave me permission to be me. And I'm me anyway. I'm a bit crazy anyway. So I found myself apologizing for being me because I was like me, but on steroids. Do you know what I mean? I was just a louder version of me, and I didn't like that really. Now I'm just me. I felt like I couldn't show who I was without having that glass of wine, almost, without making it into a party. And I couldn't get anyone to go deep because I like to go deep and have deep conversations, and that's just who I am. I don't need it to be 4 o'clock in the morning, and I don't need what I've had 4 bottles of red wine. I can go deep any day. That's just who I am. And being able to unpick that and know that, instead of waking up this morning and thinking, oh God, what the hell did I say? I overshared. I was talking about this. I was talking about that. Like we used to say, putting the world to rights. Call it putting the world to rights, where you sit up chatting and about life. And I love to do that. I was doing it yesterday at my neighbour's house. It's just like part of who I am. I love that. You don't need, often the thing that you think you need it for isn't true. And that's what this service and this process will help you to unpick, because I'll be saying, or the program will be asking you, if you wanted to have a drink tonight, you'd be questioning why. Why do you want to drink? And often you don't even ask yourself that question. So if you go, well, okay, because it's bank holiday, possibly you've took the day off work tomorrow, so why wouldn't you drink? Like you get a bit, well, of course I'm going to drink. And you get a bit touchy. And you go, all right, okay, but somebody you just asking yourself why and writing that down. So say, well, I want to relax. And then the next day when you wake up and you've got a bad head, you remember that. And it didn't necessarily make you relax. What it made you do was drink the full bottle and then have 2 gins. So that's what it really did. It didn't make you relax. And then now you've got a headache. Do you see what I mean? So it's like trying to really unpick what it is that you believe it's doing for you, and then asking, is it true? And if it's not true, do you see what I mean? So it's almost like you're discovering yourself, you're uncovering these things yourself. And then when you sit with your cravings and find out, well, actually, it's really hard for me not to drink when then people come over, or I find it easy to not drink with that person. And you just start to lean into why that is. And okay, like uncovering and finding out about who you are. And then when you start going socializing sober, and you think, well, actually, I didn't need it. Okay, I went home at 10 o'clock, but I still had a great time, and I've got the whole rest of the weekend ahead of me. I've got a pocket full of money. This feels good. I caught up with all my friends. I don't have any regrets. I didn't come home and eat a kebab pizza. All's good. And then you start thinking, oh, well, what will I spend the money on instead? So you could invest in the membership and think, right, this is what I want. This is me. I want to have this energy, and imagine with this energy, I could get fit. I could, and whatever it is that you want to do. For me, it was changing my business. It was starting a brand new career. For you, it could be something completely different. What would you do with the energy, the time, the motivation, and the clarity? What would you do with all of that time? Because that's what you find straight away. You go like, oh, what am I going to do? Well, all right, okay, it's a bank holiday. If I don't drink, although when you're drinking, you're not actually physically doing anything. You're still just sitting there. It feels like something to do. It feels like you've done something, even though you haven't. And people will say, well, if I don't drink, what will I do? You're not doing anything. Can I remind you, you're not doing anything? Like now I'm drinking water. But that's not all I'm doing. What else are you doing? You don't just sit and go, right, I'm sitting and I'm drinking wine, I'm drinking the wine, I'm drinking the wine, I'm drinking the wine for hours and hours and hours. But the time goes past like that. And so sometimes we feel a little bit like, oh my God, what will I do if I don't do that? It's almost like you're recognizing that you need more things to fill your life. Or it might be the opposite way. You maybe have a really busy life and all you do is meet up with different groups of friends. And so there's all these opportunities to drink and you really don't want to. So I have people who struggle with that. So they're going to go and see certain friends and they don't quite know how to approach the subject. And usually it's just with confidence and being clear about what you want. And often it's not until you say it out loud and you get it right in your own head and you make that commitment. But it's keep going. That's the thing. It's keeping going. It's engaging in life. Because I don't want anyone sat at home feeling sorry for themselves because they can't go to a party. Like, there are alcohol-free alternatives you could try at first. Some people pretend they're drinking, so they don't have to have the difficult conversation. There's so many different ways you can do it. I mean, I'm all about shouting about it and saying, like, this is what I'm trying, this is who I am. I feel as if it's a health-seeking choice. It should be applauded. Applaud your health-seeking behaviour. No sober shaming. And by telling other people, you're raising awareness with them, aren't you? Obviously for my business, so definitely tell them. But you're just starting the conversation. The amount of people who said to me, I wish I could do that. I wish I could stop drinking. You're joking. I wish I could. And I wasn't expecting that from them. So you'd be surprised at how much of this is actually excuses. It's the alcohol talking. Because when you look back and you think, well, what was I worried about? What difference does it really make to the people beside you what you're drinking? It shouldn't make any difference at all. If they can't drink because you're not drinking, then they need to look at their own choices. Don't they really? You can't. And if you're drinking so that other people drink, then think about that. Are you inspiring people or are you encouraging them? Like, we are worried what people think. We're worried about what it means. We're worried if we have to quit, does that mean that we're an alcoholic? Like, we're worried in case we're judged for quitting, so we keep drinking. That doesn't make sense, does it? Right, a little bit of eyeliner. I think I need to replace my eyeliner because it's getting a bit low. And where's my lipstick? Have I even got my lipstick here? This is a bit half-hearted today, by the way, guys, because I'm in the middle of two things. Right, here we go. This isn't me normal. This one is an Arbonne lipstick. Arbonne, and it's called... I can't tell you what it's called because my glasses aren't here. Hang on a minute. I'm not very good at this selling makeup, carry on. Right, we went in first with this makeup primer, Arbonne. Then I just used my own number 7, which is like City Light. It's not foundation. It's kind of like a tinted moisturizer. Right. And then what did we do? Oh, and then we've put on some of this. Unique. That's the same as my lipstick, this. It's a bit tatty now. Purple eyeshadows. And a white one, which I don't use. I think you're supposed to put that in there, aren't you? You can tell I'm not going to win any prizes for putting makeup on, I don't think. But there you go. Eyeliner. This is another one. This is unique as well, called Dip and Draw. And it's a liquid eyeliner, but it doesn't look... Oh, it looks like it's totally nutty run out. It's totally run out, so that one's no good. Hang on, we've got an Old Faithful Rimmel. That one's running out now. What am I going to do? I'll tell you what I did do. I don't know if anybody's been watching a while. I had my semi-permanent makeup tattooed on there. Don't do that. Oh, it was a long time ago. And here, look if you can see that there and there. That's like eyebrows that aren't really my eyebrows that I'm waiting for that to wear off as well. No, I had it done in Turkey. It was a real strange setup, but anyway, I went ahead with it. I didn't know what the heck she was talking about as she was tattooing my eye. And I was sober. Look at that, my car just fell down. Who's here with me? Yes, I was sober in my oh, it's a really long story as to who it is, but it's not really important who it is. But I admired somebody's eyebrows, and within 10 minutes she had us sitting in the salon chair having my eyebrows semi-permanently tattooed on. And she said, "Your eyeliner?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, And then she started, "Oh my God, the pain." It wasn't fun, like, it was absolutely horrible. And then, of course, she had done one eye. So I said, "Oh, go on." Then she had to do the other eye. I'll not be doing that again. Right. Mascara. Now, this is the Unique Moonstruck 3D Mascara. So this is for anybody, if you don't want to wear false eyelashes. Apparently, this is instead of false eyelashes. I feel like this is running out as well. We're on the hard card here, Claire. And I've got another one which does the little eyelashes, but I'll show you, but I don't think I need to do them ones today. Right? What else have I got to tell you? So it's not too late. Come and join the membership. Come and be in from the beginning. Founding members, by the way, it's £33, which I think it works out. It's probably less than a bottle of wine a week, isn't it? So what I'm suggesting, if you give a bottle of wine or the equivalent a week, join the membership, no commitment to giving up drinking, and within time, my guess is within a week, within a month, probably within a week actually, you will have enough benefits to say, right, that's in me, I'm committed, I'm in. Yay, Michelle Senior! I will send you the link, Michelle Senior. It's just a payment link, and then what happens is you get a welcome letter and you get all the instructions. The first thing that you get is a 1-hour audio from me, so that we'll all listen to that, and we'll kick off next Wednesday. So next Wednesday, I'll be turning up. I'll probably come in before then because it's bank holiday, isn't it? So I thought, well, for say Wednesday, then we'll be kicking off with wealth. But I'm not, the book's there. You obviously, hopefully you've got the book. If you haven't got the book, you can get the book and you get to go through the book as well. So I'm not duplicating the stuff in the book. It's an addition. What this is, it's a motivation to keep you going, to keep your why at the top of your mind. So if you like, the book's there to take you through the process, but the sessions each week are going to keep tapping into saying, remember why you're doing this. Remember how this is going to feel when you get where you want to be. Well, hopefully we'll get you to open it as well. That helps. This is true. You know, people buy a book and they think, oh, well, there you go. I've paid me money. That's that problem sorted. But you've got to consume the content. Now, this is going to keep it interactive, isn't it? And you're going to be thinking, well, I wonder what happens. I wonder what happens to her. And I hope she doesn't have a drink. And oh, she's going to a wedding, and it'll hook you in because of the community. And then you'll be celebrating your success around other people who care. Like, I have so many people who told us over the years that I've been doing this. Like, oh, I eventually told everyone that I hadn't had a drink for like 6 weeks and no one cared. You know what I mean? And you just think, oh, and it just because it's not important to them, they're not at that stage where the other people in the community will be cheering you on, as will I, right? So Michelle, I'll send you the link. And if anybody else wants any more information, I'll happily, come on a call with you if you want to talk about, like I said, one-to-one. If you prefer the one-to-one support, then that's actually the next level up. So you pay a bit more for that, but you get a one-to-one call with me every month. So we're going in with this Arbonne lipstick. It's not flaunty. Flaunty's my favourite, I think, because it's drier. This is a bit like glossier. It feels a bit more Slimy? Slippy? Shiny? I think I prefer the dry one myself. And I just do that. I don't know if that's a thing, but I do it. There you go. That'll do, won't it? That'll do for me going downstairs. I'm not going anywhere. I keep telling you that, don't I? Oh, but I'm going on live when I'm on that thing later from 5 o'clock. I hope they're nice to us. I'm not going to go banging in there about the give up your wine thing. I'm going to just talk. I'm not going to skirt around it, but I'm just going to talk about the benefits. And obviously I'm going to tell them all about my husband because he's over a year sober now too. Like, how amazing is that? You know, we went into this together. He went back and then I kept going and then I went back and then I stopped. And then about a year and a half later, after lots of ups and downs, he stopped too. Can be done. It can be done. You can coach them from the other sofa. Come closer, I'll tell you how. Bye for me.